CVS has announced that it'll begin to pull some of the more common cough and cold medications from its stores. Now, this comes after the FDA determined that the main ingredient found in these over-the-counter medications doesn't actually work to relieve symptoms. Let's bring in Yahoo Finance's Anjalee Khemlani to learn more about this. Hey, Anjalee.
Hey, Rochelle, that's right. CVS making a move after the FDA made that ruling basically about those cough and cold medicines, the phenylephrine, that main ingredient that is found to be safe to use but ineffective. It's been a discussion in the industry for quite some time, and this move by the FDA sort of gave the companies the leeway to start pulling them off the shelves. Unnecessary to use, not effective, especially now that we're in the cold, flu season. It's going to be about the right time when these start flying off the shelves. So a good time for the company to really make the move. We know that this does not apply to medications like Sudafed or the nasal spray phenylephrine. So those are still safe, but it does apply to the other oral ones, the liquid ones that we're used to taking as well. So that's just the news for the day on that front, and definitely interesting to see if any of the other major retailers will follow suit.
And it's certainly good to have that heads up, as you know, I'm sure a lot of parents and everyone else is going to be scrambling to try and find these things. My daughter already coughed on my face about 2 days ago, so I know I was looking for cold and flu medications. I was like, what do I do? But Anjalee, also in health news, we're talking about the availability of insulin injections. What can you tell us about that?
That's right. Goodx out with an announcement today that they have joined forces with Sanofi to get that $35 for one of their more popular insulins. That's the cap that has sort of become popular as a price point for certain insulins. We've seen Medicare, of course, push that $35 pricing for certain human insulins. In addition, the companies themselves, that includes Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, two of the top producers of these insulins, certain human insulins have been pushed down to that $35 mark, and in some cases even $25 by the company or by state legislation in recent years. So this is just, another chapter in that. Goodx able to do that for the Sanofi one. And then we've also, got this news just after Amazon started implementing a $35 cap automatically at checkout. So this new relationship between Goodx and Sanofi is just another example of how this price point is coming to bear. Let's also not forget that insulin is one of the drugs that has been singled out in the Medicare price negotiation list. So one of the more synthetic versions or non-mealtime insulin is also part of this discussion. So just a really big movement happening just in the last year alone on this conversation about affordable prices for insulin, especially as we know people have had to really, deal with salvaging or just basically using it in limited proportions unhealthily because of the price that it has been over the last several years.
Yes, there has been one of those unfortunate side effects, people starting to ration out their medications because they couldn't afford it. So glad to see some relief on the way for them. Appreciate you, as always, our very own Anjalee Khemlani.